and welcome back to Life Crystallized. This is Tarot Tuesdays where I use the cards to help you plan and prepare for the week ahead. Now, this week's reading is for the week of September 17th, 2019 to September 23rd. Now, I like to use the Lenormand and the tarot cards together to just get an idea of what the week ahead has in store for us. So I'm going to get ahead and get started drawing the Lenormand cards first. Now, I like to do a 3-card draw, so that's what we're going to do. All right, let's go ahead and see what's in store for us for this week. What can we expect from the week ahead? We've got the Rider, the Snake, and the Crossroads. So this can mean a couple of different things. It can mean that there may be some lies or deception that may be coming our way this week that you need to be prepared for and make a decision about. So perhaps somebody is going to be bringing you some false news or trying to deceive you in some way, and you're going to have to make a decision about what to do with that. Is this a relationship you want to continue? Is this a partnership you want to enter into, whether it be business or something like that? So that could be the message for you. Now, if we want to take this a little bit more literally, it could be wires being crossed. The snake, in this instance, maybe not necessarily lies or deception, but in this instance, the snake may be wires, right? So perhaps wires are getting crossed, the crossroads. A message is being miscommunicated or not understood. So maybe that is what you will be being prepared for this week. That's what you'll have to look out for, and that's what you'll have to pay attention to. How to maybe straighten out a misunderstanding, uncross those wires, and I guess reach some sort of agreement or mutual understanding. So, with that in mind, let's go ahead and see what the tarot has to say and how we can use the tarot to help kind of focus or give us a sense of direction in dealing with either this miscommunication or the lies or deception that we may be encountering this week. All right, so let's see what the tarot has to say. How can we make sure that our communications this week are clear and understood by the intended recipient? And also, how can we ensure that the decisions we make are rooted in fact, based on truth, and that we make decisions that are for our truest and highest good, and that we are not influenced by falsehoods and misinformation. So, what actions can we take this week? What habits can we practice? And what obstacles should we be aware of this week that will hinder us from making these choices and being clear? So we've got the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, and Ace of Wands. So this week we really want to be consistent right? And whatever our message is, whatever it is, whatever our intentions are. So we want to be really clear and consistent. We've got this ace, the seven of pentacles, right? And this guy is really kind of, clearly he's been working hard, and he is just kind of looking at the work that he's done, right? So this week, the actions that we want to really focus on is that consistency, that hard work in whatever it is, and just being clear and consistent with our communications, right? And we also have the Seven of Wands. Again, this guy is, now he looks kind of like he's in a more of a defensive mode. So we want to just really practice, again, that really goes back to whatever the miscommunication or whatever the lies and deceit we may be encountering this week is, and just really making sure that we are first and foremost protecting ourselves, right? We want to make sure that whatever outside forces are being directed at us, or whatever information may be trying to be used against us, that we are really, we have our guards up this week, and that you are prepared for whatever this is that may be coming your way. So you want to be really, again, clear and consistent, and just putting in that work to make sure that you are clear, but you also want to be on the defense and making sure that you're protected, you're protecting yourself. And in terms of the obstacles that may be kind of blocking us or in your path this week, as you are going about your week and really trying to deal with whatever this is that may be coming at you, this Ace of Wands, it's all about beginnings, right? New beginnings. It's an ace, so it's kind of like the beginning of a journey. So our Seven of Pentacles is really reminding you to put in that work and be consistent this week, right? Whatever it is you say, whatever it is you do, you just really want to build on that consistency. That Seven of Pentacles, if you look at the image, he's like looking at the hard work that he's just done. Like he's just completed a task, right? And it really, to me, it kind of looks like a pile of leaves. So it's like he's raked this pile of leaves and he's clearing out that the waste, right? He's clearing out those things that are dead to make room for new things to grow. So he's definitely, again, he's working, and that the Pentacle suit really is all about the stability, being grounded. But this Seven of Pentacles, and in this image, I feel is also about clearing away and making room for things to grow, making way for new things to come in. So this week you might really want to focus on really making sure, again, in your communications, in the way you say things, or even in the way you receive things that are presented to you. You want to kind of make sure you clear away through all the bull, right? You want to filter out all the garbage so that only what is truly important, only that which is true, if we're talking about someone trying to deceive, right? You want to just clear away all that extra noise so that you can really focus on what is important, what is true. And that goes for your communications too. One way to minimize the chances of being misunderstood is just to really be clear and concise in whatever it is you're saying. It leaves a lot less room for misunderstandings and misinterpretations. In terms of habits that you can be focused on this week, things that you should be trying to do every day, we've got that Seven of Wands, right? And this is really all, to me, I look at this card as a little bit, this guy is holding this wand and there's six more in front of him. And he looks to be in a very defensive stance, right? So maybe this week, something you want to focus on daily is really ways you can build yourself up. Because again, you may be faced with someone who is trying to tear you down. So, what can you do every day to keep your guard up? And not keep your guard up in the sense of like being negative, right? Because we tend to look at someone being guarded as negative. But in this way, this week, you might have to be alert and on guard. You might have to be guarded. So, what can you do to make sure you're protected and make sure you keep those defenses up? Because you might need that this week in terms of, again, clearing out the extra noise and focusing in, zoning in on the truth, what's important. And while you're doing that, you're going to have to really protect yourself and be on the defensive. So you want to try to do something, maybe it's taking time to meditate. Maybe it's taking time to journal and just really kind of centering yourself so that no matter what comes your way, you're able to deal and you're not reacting on like straight emotion. You're not reacting impulsively, right? You're centered and grounded enough where that you can focus, you can think, and you can make clear, rational decisions. Which brings us to the Ace of Wands and what may be kind of hindering us and keeping us from being able to deal with whatever this is that might be coming our way this week, right? And that's all about, it's the Ace of Wands, it's an ace, it's the beginning of a suit, it's the beginning of a journey, right? Starting new things. So perhaps this week you may not want to, and I'm looking at it in terms of, again, what was the question we asked? What are we talking about, right? We're talking about being lied to or being deceived or being misunderstood. So perhaps this week, if you're the type of person who is quick to start things, maybe you're the one who's quick to begin an argument or something like that. Maybe this week you should take a step back. Perhaps this week you should, if you want to look at it in terms of like business and stuff like that, this may not be the week for you to start a new business venture. This may not be the week for you to begin that new relationship, right? You want to kind of let things kind of fall where they may first. You want to see where the chips fall, so to speak. You want to see how things develop and really give yourself a chance to fully assess the situation, not make any rash decisions, and perhaps not begin any new projects or ventures this week. So that you can really make sure that whatever decision you do make, back to that crossroads, right, is really and truly for your higher and greater good. Whatever decision you do make is going to serve you in the long term. So again, perhaps it's not starting whatever it is you thought you wanted to start this week. Maybe it's just waiting to see, and maybe by waiting you will see that this isn't what you thought it was going to be. It is not what you expected, or maybe the terms are not what you had previously agreed upon. And that may be whatever it is. That could be in, again, if it's business, maybe you agreed on a certain amount and the person is trying to now change that. In a relationship, maybe you decided you wanted to settle down and be monogamous, and That's not what the other person wants. So again, you're going to have to reevaluate, are you willing to settle for something that you don't really want, right? And making that decision that is best for you. And in terms of, again, whatever area in your life that you may be dealing with something like that this week. So that is my message for this week. Hopefully you found it helpful. Hopefully it resonated with you. And you may be watching this early in the week and thinking, nah, it doesn't really make sense. I don't really see how that applies to me. And later on in the week, or even maybe early next week, you'll realize, wow, that is what Crystal was talking about. That's what she meant. I see it now, and maybe you'll be prepared when you do see it. So, if that is the case and this resonates with you and you feel like it was helpful, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my other videos. Again, thank you for watching and taking the time to read with me today. Have a great week and enjoy.